Days after Washington outlined a tariff reduction framework with New Delhi, the United States has now finalized a fresh trade deal with Bangladesh. Under the agreement, most Bangladeshi exports to the US will face a flat 19% tariff. That is lower than earlier proposals and only marginally higher than the 18% rate discussed with India. The timing matters, so does the message. For Bangladesh, the deal offers immediate relief. For India, it shows how Washington is restructuring trade relations across South Asia, one country at a time. Bangladesh's interim government says the US has committed to a special mechanism that will allow select garments made with American cotton and man-made fiber to enter the US market without reciprocal tariffs. That exemption directly targets textiles, the backbone of Bangladesh's export economy. In return, Dhaka has agreed to open its markets wider to American goods. The White House says Bangladesh will grant preferential access to US industrial and agricultural products, including machinery, vehicles, medical equipment, dairy, poultry, beef, soy, and fruit. Non-tariff barriers will be eased. Bangladesh will accept US vehicle safety and emission standards, recognize FDA certifications, and lift restrictions on remanufactured imports. This follows a familiar US trade playbook: tariff relief in exchange for market access. The deal also has a strong commercial and strategic layer. Bangladesh plans to buy 14 Boeing aircraft with options for more. It has committed to roughly $3.5 billion in US agricultural purchases and an estimated $15 billion in US energy imports over the next 15 years. Military equipment purchases are also part of the understanding, along with assurances on labor rights and environmental safeguards. For Washington, this is being sold as a breakthrough. For Bangladesh, it is an economic necessity. The ready-made garment sector accounts for more than 80% of Bangladesh's exports and employs about 4 million workers. With elections days away and political uncertainty still high, tariff stability is critical for Dhaka's economy. India, however, is reading this through a different lens. New Delhi's own trade arrangement with the US was announced days earlier with a slightly lower tariff rate but unfinished negotiations. The Bangladesh deal signals Washington's urgency to lock in supply chains, reduce dependence on rivals, and reward countries willing to open markets and align with US standards.
Now, earlier in the day, you used to always ask us, the press used to always ask us, that why is Bangladesh able to export $30 billion worth of textiles and India is such a small player? Because Bangladesh, being a least developed country, LDC, had zero duty access. And they were able to capture $30 billion out of the $250 billion market of European Union in textiles alone. Now we see before our eyes a potential to grow from 7 billion to at least 30, 35, 40 billion very quickly, being an area of strength in India. And you can imagine that if we add this kind of business only in the textile sector alone, just only in the textile sector alone, we are looking at close to 6 or 7 million jobs coming into that sector.
For India, the message is clear. The US is moving fast and setting benchmarks. India still holds advantages in scale, technology, and strategic trust, but competition in textiles, manufacturing, and supply chains will intensify. Preferential access will not come by default. It will have to be negotiated hard. In that sense, Bangladesh's deal is not a setback for India. It is a preview, a reminder that in today's geopolitics, trade is not driven by sentiment but by leverage, alignment, and speed.